Most welcome everyone to this session on ITIL version 5. Let's start. So team, before we go ahead, I'll just give you a quick intro about my organization, Novel Vista. So Novel Vista provides you the runway to reskill, upskill, and new skill yourself. Means it's a platform where you can go for the reskilling, upskilling, and new skilling, and keep yourself aligned to the market. Now, we started this organization in 2012, and we are a proud NASCOM member, and we have global training delivery expertise, delivered more than 1,000 plus training programs across globe. We have delivered programs across different domains, 1,600 plus training portfolios to drive digital transformation. And we have trained more than 1 million people in the last 13 years. And average participant CSAT score is 4.86 on the scale of 5, and net promoter score is 85. And we are trusted and preferred training delivery partner with all the leading MNCs. And few names are written here. In fact, just to continue, as I said, we have a diversified portfolio that includes certification-based programs, technology training programs, fresher onboarding, technology labs, LMS with gamification and Gen AI-based skill recommendations, technology and process consulting as well. And we have OEM association with all the leading brands. Let that be Exen, DevOps Institute, PeopleCert, and the list goes on, even GSDC. And key clientele, as I said, as I told you, most of the leading MNCs. So you can see all those brands here, and list is growing. And team, that's me, Vikas Sharma, with more than 23 years of experience in IT, been part of pre-sales, bidding, transition, ops, and I'm ITIL master, accredited trainer for ITIL. My ITIL journey started with ITIL version 2, then V3, and then 4, and now version 5. And apart from ITIL, I deliver trainings on all other domains also, let that be DevOps, DevSecOps, SRE, SIEM, and SAFE. So that's about me. Now, let me quickly brief you on the agenda for today's session. So what are we covering here? Why are we here? So we would understand what is ITIL version 5 and why ITIL version 5 matters now, why that change was needed. We would look at the market voice, some pain points, what's new, and who should do this ITIL version 5. And then there are a lot of myths in the market. I've got few myths which we are going to bust today. So myths versus reality. And then I would show you the ITIL official qualification scheme. And that's for version 5. And then we'll compare it with ITIL 4 and ITIL version 3. And if you are certified on those previous versions, how do you move to the new version? And that's what we are going to cover in the end, transition to ITIL version 5. So we conducted a poll just to see how many of us are certified on ITIL 4, ITIL V3, and how many are not certified. And we got these results. In fact, 60% of the people have moved to ITIL 4. They are certified on ITIL 4. I'm not saying they are ITIL 4 master, but there could be any certification that they hold on the ITIL 4 certification scheme. And then there were 22% who are still on ITIL version 3. They haven't moved to ITIL 4. And then there were 18% who were not certified. Well, keeping this in mind, team, I have got a question for all of you. Let's do a poll. And the question is very simple. Which ITIL version are you currently using in your organization, in your workspace? Is it ITIL version 3, ITIL 4, or none? So let me just quickly go for that poll. And team, I want everyone to participate. We have 64 people. We have got only 34 responses so far. As we are talking, numbers are growing. I want everyone to share their honest view so that we get a good picture. And this is about your current organization. In your organization right now, wherever you're working, which version are you using? Is it V3, 4, or none? It's not about what are you certified on. It's about your organization. It's about your workspace.
And because what if both the versions are being consumed, utilized? That's okay, right? As well.
Yeah, I mean that's okay. That's okay. Still, you can pick up one of them because yeah, that's a good option. I could have added both. So, team, we have 46 people who have responded out of 63. Number is growing. So, as I see from ITL 4, there are 74% people who are using ITL 4 in their day-to-day work, and there are 11% people or 10% in ITL V3, and 15% in none. So we have 48 people who have responded out of 65. So team, I would end this poll so that we can go ahead. So we have 49 people who have responded now out of 65. And yep, here are the results. So team, you can see the results. We have 76% of the people who are using ITL 4 in their day-to-day work, and 10% are using ITL version 3, and there are 14% who are using none. So keeping that in mind, now let's go ahead. Now let's do a quick recap. Most of you who have started using ITL 4, earlier they were using ITL V3, so you might have seen that transition. But there were few who started their career with ITL 4, so they haven't understood what ITL V3 was. So just to give that idea about ITL V3, a brief introduction. So ITL V3, again, a service management framework, and it was built around the service lifecycle module or service lifecycle. We used to manage all the 5 stages of service lifecycle. So service strategy, then service design, service transition, service operation, and continual service improvement. If you look at this picture, it explains ITL version 3. Now, this approach was mainly launched to focus on aligning IT services with the business needs through these 5 stages of the service lifecycle. So that was ITL version 3. And then came ITL 4. Now, most of you are already on ITL 4, so you very well remember the service value system. Now, in ITL 4, our service value system, which describes how all the components and the activities within an organization unite as a system to co-create the value. So it included 5 different components, starting with guiding principles, then governance, then we had service value chain, and then comes practices and continual improvement. Now, if we look at our service value system, the important part was that value chain. And value chain had 6 activities. There was PI dot, plan, improve, engage, design and transition, obtain and build, and deliver and support. Now, if you remember, we started implementing this entire service value system as our operating model in our day-to-day work. And we aligned the value chain activities, or we aligned our activities that we were performing with the value chain that was shared in ITL 4. So ITL 4 mainly shifts from the rigid life cycle approach, which was there in ITL V3. It shifted from there and it made it more flexible. Intention was to make it more flexible, value driven through that service value system. And there were 26 processes and 4 functions in ITL 2011, means that was V3 2011. Version 3 was launched in 2007. At that time, there were 24 processes and 4 functions, but there were 2 processes that got added in 2011. So let's say there were 26 processes and 4 functions, but then in ITL 4, we had 34 practices. So we moved from those 26 processes to 34 practices. And these 4 practices means when we talk about a practice, we discussed what practice is. We were not just focusing on the processes, because you very well know process is defined set of activities. In a simple word, it is set of interrelated interacting activities, defines the sequence of actions, takes an input, delivers the output. That's how we define a process. So if you look at the process delivers output, and output would not create value. In fact, in ITL 4 and even in ITL V3, we define value as a facilitation of the business outcomes for the customer as per their preferences by managing their perception. So business outcomes, customer preferences, and perception played a very important role. And even in ITL4, we continued that journey. And in ITL4, we defined the customer's perspective of value also, where we said it's more like the perceived benefits, usefulness, and importance of something. That is value as per consumer. And that's what ITL4 stressed on. And that's why this service value system was needed. And that value chain, that pie dot, started supporting all our value streams. And our focus was not just on the processes. We started looking at value streams supported by different practices. Now, what is a practice? Combination of 4 dimensions, where we were looking at the organization and people, information and technology, and partners and suppliers, and value streams and processes. 4 dimensions, they form a practice. So we were applying the holistic approach to service management through practices. So not processes anymore, but practices. And these practices were enabling our value streams. And those value streams were supported by our value chain. So that was there in ITL4. Now that was brief about our versions. Now team, another poll question that I'm going to ask you. So in your experience, which ITL version is more practical for modern IT service management? And let me run that poll. So which version felt more practical in real world or real world? Okay, there are 26 people who have responded so far, or 30, number is growing. And I'm getting mixed response. There are people who are saying both were equally useful. There are people who are saying ITL4 was more practical. But was that easy to implement? Think about that as well. Or there are 9% of the people who are still saying that they have used only one version. So team, I've got only 48 responses out of 67, 49 now. Can we go ahead and respond to the survey or to the poll? Okay, so I think I should end the poll in the interest of time. Most of us have responded, 49 responses. Okay, now it goes to 50. That's good. So there are 42% that are saying ITL4, 42% are saying both are equally useful. And I'm sharing the results. So you can see 42% of the people said ITL4 and 42% are saying both were equally useful. That sounds good. In fact, the purpose of ITL4 was to create that value. And ITL4 was really important version. Now, let me just move ahead and just give me 1 minute. Okay. So team, now there was another question that we asked people. Yeah. We said that based on previous question, looking forward to a new ITL version, are you satisfied with ITL4? Again, there were many people who said, no, we were not satisfied with ITL4 completely, even though people said that it was more practical, but still we got the response. People said, no, it was not that satisfied and they needed a new version. Now that was something that we got. So then we asked them, what were the challenges? In fact, these were the challenges that we could identify from the market. There were, if we look at the ITL V3, why people wanted to move from V3? V3 was more rigid, more waterfall method, and we were not able to create value. We were more focused on the rigid processes. So that was creating bottlenecks, or that was not helping us to create that value for the customer. And value was seen as a package, something that said services means of delivering value to the customer. That was the old version, ITL V3. And then came ITL4. Now with ITL4 also, market or the organizations in the market, they started highlighting these problems. And in fact, if you look at what Excelos or what PeopleCert says, even now, they said that in ITL version 3, we were more aligned to the service lifecycle. Now, the mistake that happened in ITL 4 was that we moved away from that lifecycle. Instead of that lifecycle, we started implementing a value chain, but we ignored the products to an extent. We ignored services, alignment to that life cycle, which was very much important. And that's the reason why they were looking at overcomplicating service value system. And in fact, misinterpretation of value co-creation. People were not able to understand, and people were finding it difficult to implement those practices along with the value chain or alignment to the value chain. Now, these are the challenges that were highlighted in the market. And navigating complex ecosystems. That was really very difficult in ITIL 4. And maintaining governance, balance, these were the challenges that we could see in ITIL 4 after discussing it with different market leaders or different organizations. So then we asked them the question that what do you expect the most from the new version? And new version is ITIL version 5. So same question I'm going to ask you. Let me run this poll, and this would be my last question, or let's say not the last, but the one from the last. So just give me a minute. I'm going to run this poll. And this is, what do you expect the most from ITIL version 5? Better alignment with the AI and automation, simpler and more practical guidance, and updated practices for modern IT environment. There's no response into that, but I wish, or I hope people, when they say all of the above, they are talking about that also. And there's 6% people who are saying not sure yet. So I'm assuming these 6% could be new or could have only experience with one of the versions and they are satisfied. Yeah. Yes, team, I'm expecting few more responders because we have increased number of people in the room. So now we have 73. Okay, Salman, I read your message. So you're saying you heard ITIL for the first time, no problem. It's okay. Okay, so team, I think we have 53 responses so far. So let me end this poll. And if you look at the results, you will see 81% are saying all of the above. And 8% are saying better alignment with the AI and automation, yes. And then 6% are saying simpler and more practical guidance. And then 81% are saying all of the above. So I think it's in that updated practices for modern IT environment. So that's good. That's good to understand. Now let's see, is ITIL version 5 really fulfilling these demands, these expectations? So team, let me just go ahead. Now, this, I'm not going to run this as a poll, but this is just a kind of retrospection or kind of a question that you can answer to yourself. Which best describes your organization's IT focus? So is your organization primarily an IT services organization? Means, are you focusing on only the IT service management, or are you primarily the IT products organization where you are developing the products, digital products, and you are delivering those products? Or is it both? So when we ran this survey in the market, we saw that more than half of the organizations, they were into hybrid. Means they were into both. They were doing the application developments and they were also supporting it, the complete ADM, application development, maintenance, which covers the complete life cycle. So it was not only the product life cycle, it was also the service life cycle. So they were into both. And in fact, if you look at the services that are delivered in the market, they are based on the products. Services are based on one or more of an organization's products. So if I consider it to be, let's say, a consumer and a provider scenario, or a customer organization, so customer organization might have application development in-house. They must be developing some applications. For that, support is outsourced to the provider. So even these kind of scenarios exist. So where in that complete the product and the service life cycle, you might be doing only one part. Or in that complete life cycle, when you look at all those stages, you must be part of one stage. That could be the scenario. Yeah. So this was just to let you know that organizations are using both product and the service life cycle, even though their scope might be restricted based on the situation, They might be doing only the product lifecycle management or the service lifecycle management, but at last, if we look at the customer and the provider scenario, so services are based on one or more of an organizational product. So that we need to remember. You cannot separate products and services anymore. That we need to remember. So now, what is ITIL version 5? It's a framework? Yes, it's a framework. But now we are calling it as a framework for digital product and service management. As I said, products and services cannot be separated. So ITIL version 5 is placed as a framework for digital product and digital service management. Digital services are based on digital products. Now, it is designed for today's digital AI native product centric world. So AI native is also included in this digital product and service management. And it is built upon the foundation that was set in ITIL version 3 and ITIL 4. Now, key evolution points. So let me tell you, ITIL 4 was positioned as a revolution because we were saying that it is for the current industrial revolution, which was fourth industrial revolution. And that's where we were referring to business 4.0. And one of the reasons why ITIL was not branded as ITIL version 4, even though it was a version, but it was called as ITIL 4. Now, ITIL version 5 is not a revolution. It's an evolution. We are evolving. We are evolving from what was the foundation that was set in ITIL version 3 and ITIL 4. And the key evolution points here are maintains continuity with ITIL 4 and ITIL v3, embraces digital transformation, integrates AI native thinking, and focuses on the practical outcomes. And is this all present in ITIL version 5? Yes, it is present. And I'm going to show you a few of the aspects. Now, why ITIL version 5 matters now? Now, as I told you, that in ITIL 4, there were challenges where organizations found it very difficult to practically implement ITIL 4. Well, there was very less guidance on how to practically implement that. In fact, when I was consulting on ITIL 4, the biggest question that I used to get from different stakeholders was that how do we identify what kind of value streams do we have? Now, value stream, we know it's a workflow that creates value in that situation. It's very specific to situation or specific to scenario. So there, I had to tell them that let's look at the workflows. Specifically, our starting point was service catalog. Pick up the service catalog, look at what kind of services do we have, and wherever we find unique workflows, they become your value streams. And then we had value streams in incident management, value stream for new services, value stream for changes to the existing services coming from customer, innovation value streams. So we were more focused on defining those value streams, but practically it was very difficult to implement the value stream. And plus, alignment to alignment to the service value chain. So organizations were finding it very difficult. And plus, it was, if you look at AI, the fourth industrial revolution was that AI. So even though ITIL 4 said that we are going to co-create the value in the current AI era, but somehow it was not part of that service value system. It was not included, or there was not that much of guidance on it. Even though we tried talking about digital technology, digital services in DITS, a level of certification, but still, somehow it was missing. So now is the era for AI and automation. In fact, organizations are using their own LLMs, large language models. In fact, people in service management have started using AI. To start with, let's talk about incident management. They are using LLM. I don't want to name any LLM for the organization, but they have created their own LLMs which are more like ChatGPT, or they are using LLMs which are more like Copilot. Within the organization, they have that enterprise license for Copilot, and they have made that as a part of their day-to-day work. There is agentic AI that has come in, and those agents have been created for maybe service desk support, AI agents. have been created. So it has become part of our day-to-day work. And it is there in almost all the practices. If I talk about incident management, problem management, change enablement, you will find it everywhere. So there was very less guidance on how to practically bring that into service management or into ITIL. There was missing practical implementation, guidance on how to practically implement those practices or those value chains and the value streams. That was missing. So that's why we wanted all those to be here in the market right now. And that is coming to us from ITIL version 5. And that's digital first imperative. Every organization, you look at the business, they are becoming digital now. And not now, I mean, they started their journey around a couple of years back, but now that's their imperative. They want to be digital first. So ITIL version 5 is going to provide them the guidance on how to do that transformation. AI and automation era, how to implement AI and how to govern AI. In fact, there is a standalone module in ITIL version 5 which talks about that AI governance. In fact, even AI is becoming part of all our guiding principles in ITIL 4. So you will see this as you will go for those particular certifications or those levels. So you will see these changes. So AI is an integral part of ITIL version 5. And plus, it provides us the practical guidance because that was missing in ITIL 4. Now it is there in ITIL version 5. Now, let me just give you a brief. ITIL version 4 came in 2019. And in 2021, PeopleCert acquired Excelos, which everyone knows. And from 2022, all the, let's say leaders or the ITIL masters, they started working on this new version. So there's a constant study efforts of last 3 years that have been put into this particular version. And now in 2026, this version is out. So it is more practical as per the current scenario. And all the pain areas from the market have been picked up. And as per that, this ITIL version 5 has been designed. And that's why ITIL version 5 was very much needed right now. And these are some of the pain points that we picked up from the market, from different organizations, different leaders. We could hear this. They said, we need a common language and a starting point. Now, we are struggling to align the products and service delivery because now here, let's not go to any other framework or practices, but still, when I say we are struggling to align the products and service delivery, a common word that would come to your mind is DevOps. DevOps is already there. I agree. But DevOps, again, has a more focus on the product development, testing, deployment, entire pipeline. But it is very silent on how to do the incident management or the problem or the changes. That's where DevOps also says that let's do that alignment with the ITIL. Now, that's why we need ITIL to be there. And in fact, if ITIL is there, ITIL defines that governance, those strategies. ITIL defines the framework on how to do that planning, the designing, the development. Even though DevOps will talk about at the component level, how do we develop those components? How do we design them? How do we develop them? How are we going to do the testing? How are we going to do the deployment? All that is there in DevOps. But overall strategic planning, the tactical planning that comes from ITIL, setting up those frameworks, and plus the support, the operations, that was missing in DevOps. And that's where ITIL comes in. So ITIL would be there even when you have the DevOps or other practices. ITIL is going to stitch them together. So that's one of the pain areas where organizations said that we are struggling to align products and service delivery. Experience and outcomes matter more than the processes. Yes, it does. And that's where the value co-creation was needed. And we need leadership alignment and directions. And we need to make this real across the organization, practical implementation, practical guidance that was missing in the earlier versions. Now we have it here. And we are adopting AI and need governance. Yes, earlier versions were quite silent on the AI part. But now ITIL 5 does. ITIL 5 provides that guidance. So what's new? What's new in ITIL? If we talk about ITIL, the new is that it is AI native and digital first, means whatever organizations were expecting. So ITIL version 5 is designed for AI-driven, fast-moving organizations with AI-ready governance embedded by design. So that's there in ITIL version 5. Unified product and service lifecycle. So earlier products and services, they were seen separately. But as I told you, they are dependent on each other. Services depend on one or more products. So there could be a service that is dependent on more products, or for one product, we have multiple services that are being delivered. So there is that one-to-many relationship. And then customer experience is the core. Practical guidance and flexible adoption is needed, and that comes with ITIL version 5. A dynamic and adaptable model that is less abstract and more actionable for real-world scenarios. In fact, the complete guidance is available. Clearer role-aligned guidance. Backward compatibility with all the previous versions. It is not ignoring the previous versions. It is not ignoring your effort or your time or the money that you have invested into the previous versions. It's not scrapping them out. So it's just the evolution. It protects all existing ITIL investments by ensuring a smooth transition and integration with previous versions. Now, as I said, ITIL version 5 is positioned as digital product and service management framework. So when we talk about digital products and services, what do we actually mean? A digital product is often seen as a configuration of services, applications, and data designed to deliver value to customers or consumers. So team, here we are not just talking about that product. Product could be your software, could be your application. But when we talk about the digital product, it's not just a product, it's the complete ecosystem. And that ecosystem includes that software, that ecosystem would include the services that we provide for that particular software or services provided by that software. So there would be support, there would be updates, user experience, continual improvement. It's covering the complete ecosystem. It's not just the applications. And that is the reason why we need that unified digital product and service lifecycle, not just the products separately and the services separately. No, not anymore. So ITIL version 5 gives practical step-by-step guidance on managing digital products and services using AI. So it is AI native, and it is focusing on customer experience and embedding sustainability. And one product, like I told you, one product may enable many services, and one service may be based on several products. So that's one-to-many relationship. And just to let you know, just to stress more on digital product and service means that complete ecosystem, product value will be realized through services. So you cannot look at product as separate and service as separate. No. So what we need now and what ITIL version 5 suggests now, a unified lifecycle for product and services together, means they should be designed together. When you look at the lifecycle, the complete lifecycle, it has 8 stages, which I'm going to show you on the next slide. So when we talk about that complete 8 stages lifecycle, so we are saying that these products and services should be designed together, they should be developed or built together, then they should be released or launched together, and they should be operated and improved together. So you cannot look at them separately or individually. No, it's complete unified service lifecycle or product lifecycle. And these are the slides, or these are the pictures that I've got from PeopleCert, and they are under the PeopleCert IP. So if I talk about this on the picture on the left, we are talking about those 8 stages for product and service lifecycle. So where do we see this in service value system? This would be part of your value chain. So now value chain will not have that pie dot: plan, improve, engage, design and transition, opt-in and build, deliver and support. That is removed. Now what you have is 8 stages of the product and service lifecycle. So you have discover, where you're identifying the requirements, identifying the pain areas, you're discovering new products, new services, and then design, where you will have human-centered design. The design thinking part has been embedded there. And when you're designing it, you are also designing it for AI because it has to be AI native. Then comes acquire and build. Acquisition, you're acquiring some of the components from your third-party vendors, and you're building some of the components. So it's acquire and build. And then transition, where you're going to, let's say, do the release part, the change management. Under the change, there will be releases that would be done. Then comes operate. Now, operate is that early life support that we are going to provide. We are going to monitor those services and a kind of hypercare. And then we have deliver. Now, deliver is when users are demanding those services, we are fulfilling their requirements. We are giving them access to those services, and we are ensuring that SLAs for those services are being maintained. And then comes support. Now, support is when something breaks down, and support would cover that incident management, problem management, those kind of practices. So these are 8 stages of the product and service lifecycle. And as AI has to be part of this complete lifecycle, so there is this 6C model, 6 C's, this model, which includes creation, curation, clarification, cognition, communication, and coordination. So these 6 C's are going to help us implement ITIL into this lifecycle, means throughout the lifecycle, product and service lifecycle. So that's going to be new. In fact, you are all aware of the value system that we discussed in ITIL 4. So the value system is almost similar. You have the guiding principles, you have governance, and you have the practices and continual improvement and value chain. But the service value chain, those were not the life cycle stages for the products or services. They were ignoring the products. The products were just part of that obtain and build, but not the complete life cycle. So now it's those 8 stages that we just saw. They are part of that value chain. And as we know, the value chain is going to support multiple value streams. So those 8 stages are going to enable multiple value streams. And these value streams are further enabled by different practices. And these practices could be incident management, maybe problem management, change enablement, release management, service asset and configuration management, SLM, and continual improvement. There could be n number of practices. There are 34. So throughout those stages, depending on the value streams, there could be one or more activities performed by that practice in that each stage of the life cycle. So that's how practices are enabling our value streams. And value streams, all the value streams will be supported by single value chain, which is there in the organization. So now, if you look at this, you would know how easy it is to move from the previous versions to ITIL version 5. So it's not that difficult. It's just the evolution. It's not a complete change, not a complete shift. Even ITIL version 3, it will be very easy for them to move to ITIL version 5. So team, that was about what's new. Now, there are a lot of myths in the market. Let's spend some time. I'm just talking about 4 to 5 myths that we are going to discuss here, maybe 4, and we will discuss what's the reality. Let's bust those particular myths. So first myth, ITIL is too theoretical. Yes, I have heard people saying this in ITIL 4 and even in ITIL v3. So a common misconception that suggests ITIL is rigid academic framework, and many believe that it lacks practical applicability for day-to-day IT operations, hindering agility and innovation. Reality is that it's not just theoretical. ITIL is built for real-world adoption. ITIL version 5 provides actionable guidance, defined practices, guiding principles, and value stream models. And organizations worldwide successfully implement ITIL version 5 for tangible improvements across diverse industries, providing its practical relevance. Now, this is not just the theory part, and I'm just trying to convince you. No. If you look at the ITIL version 5, there is a module which we are going to see. I'll show you the qualification scheme or the certification scheme. So there is ITIL transformation. Now that ITIL transformation, what exactly it covers? It covers the practical implementation guidance. How do you practically implement ITIL in the organization? How do you transform your existing services? So it covers that. It's not just giving you a theoretical information on what ITIL is. No, it's showing you the practical implementation. So ITIL is practical now. It's not just too theoretical. Then there is another myth that ITIL doesn't tell you how to implement. Well, as I told you, now we have practical guidance. So the myth was ITIL is perceived as a high-level framework that outlines what needs to be done but lacks specific instructions on how to actually do it. Well, ITIL is built for practical implementation, and it provides a clear, actionable guidance through its practices, templates, and the ITIL, and how to implement resources. And millions of professionals and thousands of organizations adopt and adapt ITIL successfully in live environment. Then there's another myth. People said ITIL is outdated compared to the newer frameworks. Yes, people said that because it was missing that complete AI aspect, and it was not talking about the digital transformation at all. So it's a myth now, because with ITIL version 5, we are bringing in that particular transformation. So ITIL continuously evolves with market, means ITIL version 5 integrates product management and service management, the complete life cycle, experience, AI governance, and modern digital operating models while retaining proven best practices. So that's ITIL, means it's not outdated anymore. There's another myth where people said ITIL doesn't work well with Agile or DevOps. Well, this is a misconception. And in fact, in ITIL version 5, even in Foundation, we are just covering the overview. But even in the Foundation, we are talking about ITIL with DevOps and with Prince 2, the project management. So how ITIL works with the other frameworks or the other practices, that is very much covered in ITIL version 5. So it says ITIL complements Agile, DevOps, Lean, project management, cloud. So it provides the governance, coordination, and value focus that helps these approaches scale effectively across the enterprise. Well, these were some of the myths that I wanted to discuss with you. Now, who should do this ITIL? Well, I would say everyone who's working in IT. So existing ITIL professionals, they should go for it because they want to keep their knowledge updated. So all the ITSM people, IT service management staff, the service managers or the architects or the service owners, practice owners, all of them should do this. Why? Enhance relevance, career progression, and credibility in digital and AI environments. Enterprise leaders and transformation teams should do it. Roles like CIO, CDO, transformation heads. Why? It would enable AI-ready models, strategic alignment, and measurable IT outcomes. And then even the product experience and digital teams should do it. Now, roles like product managers, not just the product managers, it could be product owners as well, scrum masters as well, means everyone. The customer experience leaders, why? They would gain clarity, focus on experience, and align products with the business objectives. That alignment would be more better or more appropriate now. That's why they should also go for ITIL version 5. Now, team, before I talk about ITIL version 5 certification scheme, let me just do a recap of what was ITIL 4 certification scheme, then the ITIL version 3, so that if you're good with that, then you would know how to move to ITIL 4. The correlation would be easy. Now, if you look at ITIL version 4, we are talking about the foundation. Then we had 4 extension modules. And then we had 3 streams. ITIL practice manager, managing professional, strategic leader. Means you have these 3 were called as designations. Now, to be practice manager, there were these 3 bundle certifications. Out of these 3 bundles, you had to complete only one bundle, one certificate. That could be monitor, support, and fulfill. Now, why I'm calling it as a bundle? Because it has 5 practices each. Like, for example, in monitor, support, and fulfill, you have service desk, incident management, problem management, service request management, and monitoring and event management. So if you complete these 5 practices, which is part of one certification, that's monitor, support, and fulfill. So you are certified on MSF, monitor, support, and fulfill. But additionally, if you complete create, deliver, and support, then you become practice manager. These were 2 certifications that were needed to gain that designation of practice manager. And then managing professionals. For being managing professional, you had to complete 4 certifications. That's create, deliver, and support, CDS, drive stakeholder value, DSV, high velocity IT, HVIT, and DPI, direct plan and improve. If you complete these 4, you become managing professional. And if CDS is already done with practice manager, you don't have to repeat it. You have to just do it once. So then you become managing professional. And then for strategic leaders, we had 2 certifications. That is DPI, direct plan and improve, and DITS, digital and IT strategy. If you complete these 2, you become strategic leaders. And if you are certified on all 3, practice manager, managing professional, and strategic leader, you become ITIL master. So this was the certification scheme on ITIL 4. I'll show you how it has changed in ITIL 5. But remember, these essential modules have been removed in ITIL 5. These designations are still there. But the components within designations, those certifications are going to change. And then we are talking about ITIL version 3. Now, version 3 was very simple, and you used to get those credit points for those different certifications. So there was ITIL Foundation that used to give you 2 credit points. Then the service lifecycle module, strategy, design, transition, operation, CSI. So each used to give you 3 credit points. And then capability module, you used to get 4 credit points for each of them. So it's or either service lifecycle or capability, and even some combinations were available. And in case you have, let's say from the lifecycle module, you have scored 15 credit points, 2 from foundation, you have 17, makes you eligible for MALC, managing across lifecycle. That gives you 5 credit points, you become ITIL expert. So this was ITIL version 3. Now in ITIL version 5, we have ITIL Foundation. After the foundation, now you have these designations, same designations, practice manager, managing professional, strategic leader. These were same in ITIL 4 as well, designations. Now in practice manager, we had 3 bundle certifications. Those bundle certifications are still same. You have monitor, support, and fulfill. You have plan, implement, and control. You have collaborate, assure, and improve. You had to do 1 bundle in ITIL 4. Even now, you have to do only 1 bundle. But in ITIL 4, you had to complete CDS, create, deliver, and support. You don't have to do it now. So after these bundles, you can go for ITIL transformation. So there is this ITIL transformation which talks about practical implementation of ITIL. And there's no sequence. I mean, it's not that you should do ITIL transformation only after completing one of the bundle certifications. No. You can do ITIL transformation after ITIL Foundation also. There's no sequence. You can do it anytime. But it's not launched yet. It's going to be launched in April. Yeah. So we have to be practice manager. We need only 1 certification from those bundles, and you need ITIL transformation. Well, ITIL transformation is part of all the designations, but you have to do it only once. If you have done it in practice manager, then you don't have to repeat it for managing professional or strategic leaders. You have to just do it once. And then in managing professional, earlier we had 4 certifications: create, deliver, and support, drive stakeholder value, high velocity IT, and a direct plan and improve. Now you don't have those 3. They have been restructured. A lot of changes have been done. And now we are talking about ITIL product, ITIL service, and ITIL experience. ITIL experience mainly includes that DSV, drive stakeholder value. But ITIL product talks about the product lifecycle, service talks about the service lifecycle, and the service lifecycle would also have the product lifecycle references because you cannot separate them. So you have these 3 certifications here. So after the foundation, you can go for ITIL transformation. But let's say you did practice manager and your transformation is already done. So then you have to complete all three. Now it is not one, it is all three to be managing professional. So then you become managing professional on version 5. And then for strategic leaders, earlier we had two certifications. One was DPI, Direct Plan and Improve, and DITS. But now you have ITIL strategy and transformation. If transformation is already done, you don't repeat that. You go for only ITIL strategy. And then you become strategic leader. And if you are certified on all three designations, then you become ITIL master. There's no separate exam, no separate training for ITIL master. It's only that you need to be practice manager, managing professional, and strategic leaders certified. And there is ITIL AI governance and extension module. So earlier we had 4 extension modules. They are removed in ITIL version 5. Now you have ITIL AI governance as an extension module. ITIL AI governance is not going to contribute to any of the designations. It's not a prerequisite for any of the designations. But as AI is part of our day-to-day services, day-to-day work, so AI governance becomes very important. In fact, there are a lot of instances that have happened in the market where AI is being used and people have ended up paying huge credits. I don't want to name those organizations, but it has happened. In fact, your information has been revealed on the net. It's not that safe. People are using Chat GPT every now and then. In fact, I've seen organizations, I don't want to name, but organizations are drafting contracts using LLM and they are not even reading it clearly. And there are some fake references that are made by LLMs, maybe Chat GPT and all, and that is being caught by the consumer organizations, and there is a heavy credit that has been applied. Yeah. So that's why we need ethical use and a very good use of AI governance, of AI in our day-to-day work. That's why ITIL AI governance becomes very important. And it's going to be part of extension module. For this ITIL AI governance, you don't even need ITIL foundation. Foundation is not a prerequisite. It's a standalone module. So this is the certification scheme for ITIL version 5. Now, I know there would be a lot of questions. People want to know, how do we move? How do we transition from existing version to the new version? So let me give you a brief about that. Now, if you are ITIL 4 Foundation certified, and if you want to move to ITIL Foundation version 5, then there is a bridge that is available, and I've got some discounts for you. So please be with me till the last slide. I'm going to show you, I'm going to give you a code where you can redeem that code and get discounts on this ITIL Foundation version 5 bridge. So if you want to move from ITIL 4 Foundation to ITIL Foundation version 5, then you can go for that bridge. Now, if you're ITIL 4 Managing Professional certified, you're already Managing Professional, then how do you move to ITIL Managing Professional version 5? So there will be a Managing Professional transition course that will be launched. It will come in May. And once you complete that course, you will move to ITIL Managing Professional version 5. You will get that certificate. Now, for practice manager on ITIL 4 means you have to do those, any one of the bundle certification and CDS, create, deliver, and support for practice manager. So if you are practice manager certified, then ITIL transformation, which will be launched in April, you complete that, and then you become ITIL practice manager on version 5. And in case, if you are ITIL 4 strategic leader certified and you want to be ITIL 5 or ITIL version 5 strategic leaders, so then you do that transformation. So for practice manager, for strategic leader, if you want to transition to version 5, you do ITIL transformation. For managing professional, there will be managing professional transition course that will be launched. You do that and you become managing professional version 5. Now, if you are ITIL 4 master, then also you do that MPT, managing professional transition course, and you become ITIL master version 5. In case if you are ITIL, so let's say people are not completely on managing professional or practice manager or strategic leader. Means they are somewhere midway. So ITIL 4 is not yet over. The end date of ITIL 4 is not yet announced. Let all the certifications in ITIL 5 be launched. After that also, you will get 1 year to do that transition. Yeah, there will be 1 year of time. 12 months is usually the time that is given so that people move into the new version. So let me tell you, last date is not yet announced. So in case, if you are doing the managing professional and you have done any one or more of these 4 certifications, because to be managing professional, you need create, deliver, and support, drive stakeholder value, high velocity IT, and direct, plan, and improve. If you have done any one or more, then we would recommend you complete others also, so that you become ITIL managing professional on 4. And then after that, you will have to do just that transition course, and that will make you managing professional certified on version 5. And then in case if you're not strategic leader yet, you have completed any one, because for strategic leader you needed DPI and DITS. So if you have just completed one and you are not ITIL 4 strategic leader yet, we would say complete the other one also, so that you become ITIL 4 strategic leader, and with that you do the ITIL transformation and you become ITIL strategic leader on version 5. And in case if you are ITIL 4 practice manager, I mean if you are on that track, you have to do only one of these bundle certifications. If you have done one but you haven't completed CDS, create, deliver, and support, means you are not yet you are not yet practice manager certified. So we recommend that you complete one of these bundles and do the ITIL transformation. Don't do the CDS, do the transformation, so that you become ITIL practice manager version 5. Now this is how people move from ITIL 4 to version 5. Now similarly, people who are on ITIL version 3, how do they move to 5? So if you have done ITIL V3 foundation, so then you will have to start from scratch. Then you do the ITIL foundation version 5. In case if you have done V3 intermediate, either the lifecycle module or capability module, but you haven't completed that, so then you will again have to start from foundation, because V3 is not there anymore. It's already retired. So you don't have that option. Then you start from scratch, start from foundation for version 5. But if you are ITIL V3 expert with 22 credit points or more, or you are ITIL V3 master, so then you can do managing professional transition course, and that will make you ITIL managing professional on version 5. So this is how you would move from V3 to version 5. Now, just to let you know, as I was saying, that there are different launch dates. We should be aware of this. ITIL Foundation version 5 was launched on 12th Feb. It's already in practice. I mean, it's in continuation. Foundation Bridge. Now, people who intend to move from ITIL 4 Foundation to ITIL version 5 Foundation, for them, there is a bridge course. And that bridge course was launched on 26th Feb. And the next levels in the managing professional, ITIL product, ITIL service, ITIL experience, they are going to be out on 12th March. This is the tentative date so far, 12th March. And then ITIL transformation is coming on 9th April. And then managing professional transition course is coming on 14 May. So these are the expected launch dates for the next levels. Okay, I think I have got a question from Sumajit. He's saying, hi Vikas, can you share which organization have adopted and implemented ITIL version 5? So Sumajit, ITIL version 5 is launched on 12th of Feb. It's just 1 month. So if we look at the adoption, will it be that difficult? No, it's not going to be that difficult. Your value system is similar. It's only that lifecycle approach have to be evolved. So it's not complete shift. It's just the evolution. Instead of that PyDot, now you will have that complete lifecycle plus AI enablement has to be done. To an extent, organizations are doing it, but it's not streamlined. In the guiding principles, it's going to be there. Yeah. And then there is some, I think Sumajit is again talking about how ITIL AI governance different from other AI governance models? Okay. Yeah, Sumajit, very good question. So ITL AI governance is more from governance from usage of AI into IT enabled services, or let's say service management. So AI in service management. So how to govern those aspects. Now, when you look at the other frameworks, other practices, they're very specific to usage of AI into the product, but not the service lifecycle, or to an extent, it's seen individually. Yeah. And then your next question was any mapping available? Yes, it would be there. So mapping to other frameworks, no. But mapping to how AI governance should be established in the service management, that would be there in the AI governance module. And then does ITL version 5 touch various AI types, AI, ML? See, right now in the AI governance, so right now only the foundation is out. In the foundation, we cannot talk about what aspects of AI it would deep dive into, what technical aspects, like you're talking about the RAG systems, AI agents, how to create those AI agents, that gets very technical. So will that be covered in the next levels? That is yet to come, but that would be there in ITL transformation to an extent. I cannot commit on that, but that's what I have heard. So that's for Sumajit. And then I think Mukhtar is saying, when is ITL 5 AI governance being launched? Do we need a complete ITL foundation before going to AI governance? See, AI governance will be launched. Right now, I don't have their launch dates, but very soon I would share those launch dates as well. And do you need to be ITL Foundation certified before going for AI governance? No, you need not. Yeah.
Yep. Hi, Vikas.
Yeah. Yeah, Rohit.
So, Vikas, I saw your managing professional chart, like the conversion thing.
Uh-huh.
So, I have like done my ITIL B3, the five intermediate modules,
Mm-hmm.
and then I took up the ITIL 4 managing professional transition bridge
Yep.
exam.
Yep. Yep.
So, as per your chart, I think the correct approach is I should directly go for the ITIL 5 managing professional transition.
Yes,
But
you're right.
one question I have, like if I go for this managing professional 5 transition, and
Mm-hmm.
supposingly for becoming the ITL master, I have to cover the other two streams as well, the strategic leader and the
And
practice
practice
manager.
manager. Yep.
Yes.
Yep.
So for that, will I have to do the ITIL 4 transformation separately, or will it be covered like as a part of the ITIL 5 managing professional bridge thing?
So my question is that you are ITL 4 managing professional certified as of now. Have you done any other
Mhm.
certification in ITL 4 apart from managing professional?
No, not yet.
So then you will have to start from here. Means you are managing professional already on ITL 4. Then for practice
Mhm.
manager, you will have to go for any one of these and transformation. And for strategic leader, you will have to do ITL strategy. Then you will be practice manager and ITL strategic leader on 5.
Mhm.
And then you become, means as you will be already ITL managing professional on version 5 after doing that managing professional transition course, and you will become practice manager and strategic leader, then you become ITL master by default automatically.
Got it. So, will I have to start from the one of the three practice module or right from the ITL 5 foundation?
No, no, no. So you don't need to be foundation because you're already ITL 4 managing professional.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
So then in that case, you need not start from the foundation. You pick up one of these one of these modules from the practice manager and do the ITL transformation. And
Mm-hmm.
then later
Sure.
you can
Got it.
start ITL strategy. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Because what will be
That's
the
fine.
discount you're telling that you'll be telling the discount amount for?
Yes. It's on the next slides. So just
Okay.
hold on. Just hold on. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. Then I
Yep.
see
Sure.
hand.
Thank you, Vikas.
You're welcome. You're welcome. Then I see Dipali. Dipali, you have a question?
Yeah, hi. Thank
Yeah.
you, Vikas. So two questions or two queries basically.
Mm.
One is, uh, to be able to implement ITIL in organizations, the corresponding tools, okay, the enterprise level tools
Yep,
have
yep,
to
yep.
support the change, okay?
Yes,
And
yes.
that's my understanding. Just correct me if I'm wrong.
You're
How
right.
well is ServiceNow a tool, enterprise level ServiceNow adoption or a BMC remedy ready for this ITIL 5? Because let's say today I do this certification, okay,
Mhm.
because I want to have it's the latest one and it has all the best practices
Yep, yep,
required.
yep. Mhm.
I mean, today, if I have to implement a project, and I'm saying this in a very practical ground level sense, ground level situation that I'm facing,
Yep.
if I have to implement a project which is about contact center automation, all
Mhm.
right, and the supporting ticketing tool is ServiceNow, which is based on ITL v3.
Yep.
Probably industries have not even reached ITL 4 or as
No.
far as ticketing is concerned. Okay.
Mhm.
Uh, how do we bridge this gap or how much time will it take and how, I mean, it's about money, right? Lot of investment the companies need to do to be able to
Yeah.
adapt uh, ITL 5.
Yep.
That's
Yep.
one thing. And second is as far as content is concerned, so I see a good thing like ITL product lifecycle is got added into it. So I
Yeah.
don't have to go for implementing my projects. For example, I don't have to go and learn a different product to
Jira and all
yeah,
that. Yep.
yeah.
Yep.
So probably all that will be incorporated in ticketing tools if
Yes.
they
Yes.
get
Yes.
into it, yeah, into ServiceNow. So what I want to understand is I can see a clear clarity here that ITL product will be added.
Mhm.
ITL service probably what will it include? Like for example, if ITL
Life
service
cycle.
one model, so the entire life cycle would
Yes.
include from planning and
From
how?
discover those 8 stages.
Okay.
Complete service value system within that value chain has those 8 stages. So it would be included.
Okay,
Yep.
fair enough. So from a conceptual uh, point of view, okay, because I have done ITL operations earlier from a
Mhm.
V3, I belong to the V3 era.
Yep. Yep.
And
Yep.
so if I've done I service operations and design and uh, that would help me, right? I mean, the values will still remain the same. The content will still remains the same in ITL service, or will
Yeah,
it be
see,
different?
ITL service lifecycle is almost going to be same. Concepts are similar, but there would be change in the practices. There would be AI enablement. There would be things that we are now enhancing. Some aspects of incident management, how they are changing in AI. Yeah, so those things will be new. But that would be there in ServiceNow. It would be covered in ServiceNow. Now, let me give you a brief that when ITL 4 came in, within, let's say, a period of 3 months, not even 3 months, within a couple of months, ServiceNow and Jira both declared that we are ITL 4 aligned. Yeah. Or we are on ITL 4. That's what they announced. So they are that fast. So as we are talking about ITL version 5 right now, as the foundation is launched in Feb, and the other parts are going to be out. So ServiceNow and Jira and the BMC Remedy, they have already started working on how those workflows, how the lifecycle would be enabled within their modules, different modules. So they have already started working on it. So very soon you will see they announcing that they are now ITL 5 enabled.
Okay, thanks.
You're welcome. You're welcome. Let's go to Kalpesh.
Hi, Vikas. Am I audible?
Yep, you
Yeah.
are.
Okay. So when I was having a discussion with one of your executive yesterday,
Mm-hmm.
uh,
Mm-hmm.
uh, he explained me if I want to go for higher level, say for example,
Yes.
if I want to go for practice manager, and
Uh-huh.
if I'm currently at ITIL version 4, ITL 4
Mm-hmm.
foundation,
Yeah.
I need to appear for the breach exam. I can directly go for the practice manager, one of the modules of the practice
Yes.
manager.
You can do that. You can do
Okay.
that. Means you pick up one of the practice managers and transformation. Now, it's not that it should be in the same sequence. You can do
Mm-hmm.
transformation earlier or one of these earlier, whichever possible. ITL transformation is not yet out, but practice manager is already, I mean, it is same. It was there in ITL 4. There is no change to practice manager. Content is also same.
Okay.
So you can do
So,
that.
so if I'm at version 4, I mean, if I'm at
Version
ITL
4
4
foundation
foundation,
certified, you can pick up any of the practice managers.
yeah,
That's absolutely.
and and if I have any intermediate, I have not completed the intermediate module. I have completed 3 out of 5. So those are not valid anymore. I mean, those are
Four out of, I mean,
3
you're
out of
talking
5.
about
Version 3.
Oh, you're on version 3. See, version
No, no.
3, yeah, sorry.
Version 3 intermediate and foundation for the 4.
Okay, okay. Now, if you're on version 3 and you could not complete the lifecycle module, means you could not be ITL V3 expert, so then you will have to start from ITL foundation.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Scratch.
Okay.
So, but
Yeah.
you
So,
have already done ITL foundation version 4, so you pick up practice manager and complete that transformation after the practice manager, so that you are practice manager on version 5. And then as and
yeah.
when other certifications will come, you can easily move into those.
Okay. Yeah, okay. So the transformation date is not yet launched, but for the
It's
practice
gonna be out.
manager
Yeah.
and for the strategy, it is, I mean, we have the
Practice manager
tentative.
content is same, so you can do any one of those. There are no
Okay.
changes to practice manager. Yeah.
But it will give the certification for the ITL 5, not for the 4. Content is same.
No. So you complete practice manager, you will get that MSF certification, manage,
Okay.
monitor, support, and fulfill. But as soon as
Okay.
you will do the transformation, your practice manager
Oh.
certificate that comes, that will be for version 5.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Got it. Yeah. And for the strategy, it will be the same.
Yeah, ITL strategy, you complete ITL strategy, it is on version 5. Yeah.
Okay. Got it. Thank
Okay.
you.
Thank you. Okay, let's go to Saroj.
Vikas, Dipali here. Can I
Yeah,
ask a
Dipali,
quick one?
go ahead.
Yeah. Is it possible for you to share the content of or the syllabus of foundation version 5?
Yeah, so what I'll do is you can make a note of my okay, I have to just take some questions. Maybe I'll park the questions. You can wait, and I'll show you what I have for you. Means whom you can contact if you want those particular updates. I'll share the names of my team members and their contact details. Yeah. See, right now I'm saying that if people want to move from ITL version 4 to 5 foundation, so we have a huge discount for you, and that is only for today because of this webinar, and that's only for these webinar attendees. We are giving you a special discount. So there's a flat 10% discount on the bridge cost that you will get, and you can use a voucher code, a coupon code, that is NVBR510. If you use this within 24 hours, you get additional discount. So let me just show you. Additional 10% discount would be there. So if you right now go to our site and you go for this ITL bridge cost, so it's right now 20,000. We have discounted it. You get it for 15,000, but you apply this coupon. Then you will get further discount, and your cost, means that discount is 10% and your cost would be 13,500 plus taxes after applying this code. And if you are not applying the code, then it is 15,000 plus taxes. Yeah. So you have that discount. So code is NVBR510. And in fact, I would ask my team member Rushali to post a message in the chat. You will
So this
have
is the
those
code
details.
because we need to use in this people cert, right? When we register in the people cert.
No, not for people cert, from Novel Vista. So for that bridge, we are doing a course day after tomorrow on 8th March, Sunday, between 10 to 6 p.m. So there will be a training that I'll be conducting for this bridge. So you can be part of that particular course and you get the discount. Use this code for that particular training discount.
So sorry, Vikas, Saroj this side. So
Yeah,
this
Saroj.
bridge. So when we say ITIL bridge, I mean, is there a eligibility to be able to go for ITIL Bridge? Because let's say, for example, in my case, I already have the ITIL 4 managing professional certification.
So you don't need to go for this bridge. Then you
Okay.
wait for transition course. That will come in May. Wait,
May.
I'll show you. Here, transition. ITL managing professional transition. That will
Okay.
come on 14 May. You do that and then you become a managing professional on version 5.
Okay. And I also have the DITS pending, Vikas. So I can accomplish.
Then do that DITS so
Yes.
that you become ITL 4 strategic leader, and then you do that transformation. That will make you ITL version 5 strategic leader also.
And one more practice manager, one module I can do, and then I can.
Yeah. And transformation, you will already cover it in with your strategic leader, so you don't have to repeat. Then from practice manager, just do one of those bundles, and you become practice manager. So you will be expert. Master.
Because actually the thing is that means I will not be able to join, means he will be conducting this course for foundation on Sunday. But
Yeah.
after this 8th, what is the next date he will doing the
Next
course?
is right now we are planning it on 22nd, but confirm
Okay.
date you can check with Rushali. So I think she might have posted a message in the chat.
Okay.
If you look at that,
And that code, this offer will be valid on 22nd also?
yeah, we'll give you that particular offer. But this, I mean, make the payment by tomorrow. If you can make the payment by tomorrow, I mean, use this code by tomorrow, or just talk to Rushali. She'll be in office tomorrow. Just talk to her, and we can make some adjustments. Don't worry.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Or by that time also I can do the payments and it will be valid for some time, right? And suppose
Yeah. You can
that
make
valid.
the part payments. I mean, all those things you can discuss with Rushali.
So next will
That
be
was
22nd.
And next is 22,
22nd.
22nd. Yeah.
Only one day course,
That
right?
was
You are
Yeah,
conducting
it
on
is
Sunday.
1 day course. It is 1 day course because it is just a bridge covering just the delta.
Okay.
Yeah.
And after that, immediately we can appear for the exam.
Yeah, you can go for the exam. You'll have to prepare.
Huh.
Yeah. Yes. Then you can go for the exam.
Okay.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Okay.
That is what I was saying. It is such a short notice for us. Most of us will be getting it sponsored from the organization, being in the
Don't
Friday
worry.
evening.
Kalpesh, we will make the arrangements. Just talk to Rushali tomorrow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because we have to get it approved from the organization,
Yes,
and
we totally understand that.
yeah. Thank you.
Don't worry. Yeah. In fact, for corporates, we have a discount. So if you let us know which organization you are part of, you will have, I mean, let Rushali know, and we will apply that discount, corporate discount.
Great. Thank you so much.
You're welcome. So Rushali has also shared her contact details. Her number is there in the chat. Please ensure you are talking to her. Yeah.
Vikas Shomojit here. One question.
Yeah, Sumajit.
See,
Tell me.
I don't have a formal foundation certification for V4, but we had done this as a awareness program within our organization. Formally, I am a V3 certified. So will I have to do the entire foundation course for V5, or can I still directly do the bridge course and transition?
So you have done V3 foundation.
Yeah.
Okay, so then you can join my session on 8th, because what I'm doing is I'm covering the entire ITIL version 5 in that 1 day. Means it will cover the delta for sure. Bridge content is there, but there are other areas also that I'm covering in that 1 day. So you can be part of that course and then you can go for the final exam. You will get a certificate for ITIL version 5.
Okay, thanks, because that's it.
You're welcome. But talk to Rushali tomorrow. Yeah. Okay. And I think Pranali, yeah, go ahead. Sorry.
Yeah. Thanks, Vikas. Couple of quick questions. One is in ITIL 4, we had 34 practices, which you covered.
Yes.
Now, those were divided into, while we have the value system and all, they were divided into general management, service management,
Service
and
management and
technical
technical
management.
management.
Does
Yes,
that
yes.
structure get retained? Is it the same in this, or is there any change to it? That's my first question.
So
And yeah,
I'll answer this question first.
sure.
See, now for the practices, what change you will see in practices, the content. I'm not talking about categorization. These three
Okay.
categories were there. Now we have only two categories. General management is there, but
Okay.
earlier we had service management and technical management separately. But now we
Right.
have product and service management clubbed together.
That's the difference. Okay.
Yeah.
That's how the mapping is. Okay.
Yes, yes. And earlier we had 14 practices in
Oh.
general management, but now we have only 12.
Okay.
But
All right.
other practices are part of product and service management.
Okay. So those would be the three categories that we'll have now.
Only two. General
Two. I'm
management,
sorry. Yeah.
product and service management. That's
Product
one
service
category.
management will be the second category.
Yeah, you're right.
Okay. Got it. Perfect.
And
Yeah.
AI will be part of all these practices now going forward.
Okay. So the content is getting uplifted. Got it.
But that would come in the second half of 2026. Right now, there is no change to the content of practices.
Okay.
Practices are same, and they are available on PeopleCert. I mean, their guides and templates, everything is available. But the content, the AI, and some terminology would get changed in the second half of 2026. That's the prediction. But let's see. No change as of yet.
So the courses that we will be doing now will have the structure and get us familiar with the structure change.
Yes.
And the AI content will come later, is it? But how would
No, in the practices, but
in
that
practices
6C,
itself
yeah, but the
Yeah.
6C model in the life cycle of the product,
would get covered
that's
now?
yeah.
Okay. I think that gives a lot of clarity. Second question was ServiceNow, BMC Remedy, or I should talk only for ServiceNow. It has come up with these few features, AI-enabled modules, right?
Yep,
So
yep.
would you be covering, as part of this, would you be covering at a surface level about ServiceNow AI capabilities
See,
or any other tool?
let me tell you, tools are gonna be covered, and that's from the PeopleCert perspective. They are
Okay.
saying we will be talking about the tools and some aspects in ITIL transformation, ITIL transformation module, but not very specific to just the ServiceNow or just Remedy or just Jira. No,
It's ITSM tools that will get covered.
Yes, ITSM tool. Yeah.
Got it. Thank you so much, Vikas.
You're welcome. You're welcome.
Vikas, just want to ask that after this ITIL V5 foundation is done, V4 foundation also will be renewed, because that 3 years expiry is there. So that also will get renewed along with V.
Right now, if you are not going for the next levels in ITIL version 5, then if you are on ITIL 4 foundation, then I would say do the bridge, because with the bridge, you will be on ITIL version 5. And your extension means your validity of the certificate would be
3 years.
again stretched by next 3 years.
Yeah. So four will also get stretched by 3 years.
Yeah, I mean, you will be then you will not be called as ITL 4 foundation. You will be called as ITL version 5 foundation.
Okay, got it. Okay.
Yes.
The value will be your ITIL 5 only.
Yeah, but that's 3 years. Next 3 years extension would be given to you.
Got it.
Yeah, perfect.
Hi Vikas,
Yes.
Saroj again. Sorry.
Yes, Saroj. Tell me.
So, like you rightly stated, in my case, I need to do one of the practice manager, one among the three, and then
transformation.
DITS,
Yeah.
DITS, and then the transformation, is it?
Yep, you're right.
These three, once I accomplish with the exam, then I can be
You
considered.
will be practice manager on 5. You will be strategic leader on 5. And for managing professional, that MPT, the 4th one. If you do these 4 certifications, you will automatically later, after you acquire all these, you will become ITL master on version 5.
Okay.
Yeah.
So there are 4 things which I need to do, is it?
Yes.
Okay.
4. Wait, I'll just show you. I'll go to that certification tab here. See here, right now you're managing professional. So for managing professional on version 5, you have to do MPT, Managing Professional Transition course.
Okay.
That will come in May. Yeah. Now, for practice manager, you need one of these plus transformation.
Okay.
Because this is not changing, it is already there. ITL strategy is not yet there. So your easy and quick win should be go for any one of these and do the transformation. Transformation will be out in April, and then you become practice manager. Yeah.
Okay. Okay.
And then by then ITL strategy will also be there. So you do the ITL strategy, and then you become strategic leader also. And then maybe in May you will get MPT. You do MPT, you will become managing professional also.
Because I already have the DPI, Vikas. I already
That's,
have the DPI IT4.
you have DPI, but not DITS. This
DITS I
ITL
do not have,
strategy
yes.
is for that DITS.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes. So you have to do that, and you will become. You will get all three designations, and you become ITL master.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay.
Thanks.
Perfect.
Thanks.
And I think I answered all the questions. Are there any other questions, team?
Just one more, the Pali here
Yeah.
again. Sorry, Vikas.
Tell me.
Just one thing. Why are you punishing ITL V3 guys? Yeah, like people
No,
like
no.
us.
We
I'm
are
not
not punishing
getting any
ITL
discount.
V3.
You're not giving any discounts for the courses, or how is it?
No. See, for courses, as you have done ITL V3, and if let's say you're coming from one of the corporates that we are already registered as a vendor, you will get the discount. We will do something for you. Don't worry. Right now you have this particular code that we shared that was for bridge exam. But in case if you are interested in doing ITL Foundation version 5, you talk to Rushali tomorrow and we will give you the discount. Don't worry. Yeah. And I'm committing to you on this forum itself. You'll get the discount. Don't worry. Yeah. I hope I answered your question.
Yeah, thank you.
You're welcome. Yes. Any other questions, team?
A quick check. So for someone who is already ITIL 4 masters, we'll have to wait till at least May 14th for ITIL managing professional to come out.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
Okay.
You're right.
Thank you.
So I want to know foundation, what is the price? Have you shared the price for full foundation course V5?
I haven't shared it. You talk to Rushali, she will share the price and she'll give you the discounts also. Yeah.
Okay.
Right now, this is for bridge course that I was sharing.
Yeah, you have shared the price for bridge. Can you share for price for foundation?
See, if you want to see the foundation, you go to our site. It's already listed there on.
Yeah, can you give me now the price?
Right now,
How many days course?
Because I think,
yeah, Vinay.
yeah. Because I think the discounted price for full ITIL version 5 foundation is 34,000 plus tax, which comes to I think 40,150 or something. So it is 34,000 plus tax.
How many days?
So yeah. So I think Vikas can answer that. That 1 day course is actually a full course, but foundation guys can also attend the same course and go through the full foundation module.
So what is the number of days for foundation course?
One day. We are doing it in 1 day.
1 day foundation course, huh?
Yes.
And the bridge is also 1 day.
Yeah. So what I have done is Delta. Delta is that bridge, which is very small content, can be done in half a day also. I've clubbed it with the ITL version 4 foundation. In fact, ITL version 5 foundation. In fact, for ITL version 4 also, we had done 1 single day courses, and you can check our site also. Yeah.
So how would it be seen, with a bridge course, somebody holding in 1 day versus a foundation course, somebody holding for
Bridge course content can be covered in half a day also. So I'm clubbing it together so that everyone gets the good knowledge. Yeah.
Okay. Content will be same for foundation.
Content for bridge is very less. Foundation is more. So I'm asking, so bridge people are getting benefited if they are attending our single day course. Because otherwise, for bridge, if we have hardly 2 or 3 people, for 2 or 3 people, spending the entire day would be a bit of difficult. So that's why I'm clubbing them together with the foundation public. Yeah.
Okay.
And I think I have, is that Toby? Toby Matthews?
Hello.
Hey,
Hi,
Vikas.
Vikas.
Yes.
Hey.
Okay, so I have a question. I'm a part of a service technician. So this is the first time I'm like ITL. I have heard my manager has asked me to attend this session and all. So I think so. I have never seen anyone in my career who have done V4 or V5. Like this is the new term V5. So I just wanted to understand like how should I start my journey? If I have to start, from which code should I start?
Foundation. You
The
do
foundation.
the foundation. You
Is
come
it
to us, and
okay?
and I will share all the knowledge. It's not that our journey ends there,
Okay.
because we record the session, we create LMS, we'll give you the access to the LMS, and then you will be connected with me. Whenever you have any doubts, we can have one-on-one sessions. We
Okay.
discuss it in detail. So I'll be there to support you till the time you get certified.
So it should be V4 or V5. Where to start?
Version 5. If you're starting
Okay.
your journey, start with 5. Don't go for
Okay.
4.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you.
You're welcome. And Toby, I think we are meeting after a very long time, and you had a
Yes,
question.
yes, yes.
Yeah.
Thanks, Vikas.
You're
If you go
welcome.
back to the structure, I just wanted to check what is this extension module and how does it impact, especially the V5, because there is a lot of AI already enabled or integrated into this V5. What does this
Yes.
extension module add?
It is the governance. How do you establish governance on that AI usage? Because people are using it, but they don't know how it would impact. I'll tell you a simple example. Like, there are developers to write the code. They have started using ChatGPT to get their code from ChatGPT. Now they are using ChatGPT, but do they know that is ChatGPT giving them the right code? Because earlier what used to happen, we used to spend long time to write the code and very less time to debug. But now ChatGPT gives us the code which looks very good. But when you try to execute it, it's going to have a lot of problems which we never even expect. So debugging is taking a lot of time, plus it is revealing your information, plus if I mean, in some cases your security is compromised. So how to ensure that we are using it in the favor of the organization? How do we establish those controls? That is ITIL AI governance. Yeah.
Okay, that's interesting because 6 C's we're supposed to cover that, right?
Yeah, 6 C's will be part of ITL product and ITL service. But how do you establish the governance? That comes from ITL governance.
Okay, all right. Thanks, Vikas.
You're welcome. Yes, and any other questions, team? Well, in case if there are no questions, and in case if you get the questions later, we can connect later also. So I hope you made a note of the code, and you can reach out to my team. Rushali has already shared her number in the chat. Please make use of that number. And in the end, I thank you, all of you, for your time that you spent and for making this session a really informative session. So thank you so much, and stay connected with Novel Vista. We will bring more informative sessions to you, and have a wonderful time ahead. Thank you.
Thanks, Vikas.
You're welcome.